And there beneath the sleeping coats a piece of you was caught. It wasn't in the calendar, it wasn't in my plan, but time had left a folded note still holding on to us. Your handwriting was careful, like you feared your heart would shake. You spoke about a quiet home that we were meant to make. I smiled because the hallway warmed the moment I read through, amazed how years can disappear when something talks of you. The dust was golden afternoon, the room was breathing slow, and every box said gently, there is more you used to know. So I will keep this sudden day where cold hands cannot reach, and store it with the photographs that still remember spring. If someday a braver me starts digging through these years, she'll find a love unbroken yet not drowned in later tears. I carried down the letters so the moment wouldn't fade. The kettle sang a melody like ones we often played. You asked me, will the distance win? Lines so small and light. I whispered to the empty chair, it only turns us white. I pictured you in other towns I never got to see, with faces I will never know, still laughing easily. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the jealousy of youth, because the ink was evidence our joy once spoke the truth. We weren't an endless story, we were a finished page, and finished pages still deserve a careful older gaze. So I will keep this sudden day where cold hands cannot reach, and file it in the cabinet that holds what love can teach. If someday a future me feels lost in modern years, she'll meet our softer voices here and dry her busy tears. Maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept more. Perhaps on some October rain my name will touch your door. Then you can keep that sudden day and set it by your bed, so evening light can fall across the words we nearly said. If someday a lonelier you feels winter in his chest, he'll know we once were radiant, or radiant was best. And if our names sound foreign to the ears, the time will grow. This attic scene will translate us to how we used to glow. We didn't lose each other, we only lost the day. The lamp is off at present, but the wiring's still okay. I'll label this for later and slide it on the shelf, because some kinds of mending walk slower than myself. When rooftops start to whisper and footsteps echo high, I'll climb again to let another sleeping memory fly. Close box, breathe out, step down, return to where I live. The street below is waiting for what I have to give. I'll walk back through the hallway with frost upon my sleeve, carrying a kinder past I finally let leave. Good night to what we wanted, good morning to what is. The present wins the daylight, the past receives a kiss. By the winter shoreline I was walking just to breathe. The tide had pulled the city noise 1,000 miles beneath. A glass jar rolled towards me like it recognized my name, and inside was was a summer note from when we burned like flame. You wrote about the ferry rides and rooftops after rain. You circled don't forget me twice in blue and not in pain. I laughed because the ocean kept it safer than I could. The salt had kissed the paper like a friend that understood. The seagulls drew their lazy lines, the sky was silver gray, and every wave said softly you were loved in one bright day. So I will keep the shoreline hour where cold winds cannot break, and place it in a wooden box for future hearts to take. If someday a braver me feels older than her years, she'll find this jar of sunlight and forget her grown-up fears. I sat beside the water just to let the moment last. The foam became a metronome for counting out the past. You asked me in the message, will distance drown our song? I whispered to the harbor, no, it only makes it long. I pictured you in warmer ports I never got to see, with voices I won't ever hear, still speaking easily. But strangely I felt peaceful, like a lighthouse after storms, because the glass proved clearly we once lived in shining forms. We weren't a tale unfinished, we were a chapter done, and finished chapters still deserve a place beneath the sun. So I will keep the shoreline up where cold winds cannot break, and hide it with the photographs that time could never take. Ooh, if someday a future me walks lonely by this sea, she'll open up this message and remember you and me. Maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept shells. Perhaps on some blue afternoon my face in memory dwells. Then you can keep that shoreline hour and set it on your sill, so sunset light can paint again the love we almost filled. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in the foam, he'll know we once were harbor, and harbor once was home. And if our names sound faded to years grown far away, this message will translate us to how we were that day. We didn't lose each other, we only lost the tide. The boat moved on to morning, but the anchor stayed inside. I'll label this for someday and tie it with a cord, because some kinds of healing walk slower than the Lord. When February storms return and beaches turn to glass, I'll come again to read the note our younger hearts once cast. Seal jar, breathe out, walk home, return to where I stay. The town beyond the dunes still needs my ordinary day. I'll cross the wooden boardwalk with salt upon my sleeve, carrying a gentler love I finally let leave. Good night to what we might have, hello to what still stands. The present holds the shoreline, the past rests in my hands. Instrumental seconds, river decay, distant waves fade to pale. I opened up an old device I hadn't charged in years. Its screen was cracked but still could glow through fingerprints and fears. Inside the voice recorder app, your laughter still was kept. A weekend in a tiny room where we both barely slept. You talked about a movie night and trains we couldn't take. You promised I will call you first no matter what I wake. I smiled because the speaker made you younger than before. The room around me softened like you just walked through the door. The evening street was humming low, the lamplight found my face, and every file said gently you were once in this warm place. So I will keep this ringing out where silence cannot win, and store it with the passwords to the joys we tucked within. If someday a braver me forgets her laughing sound, she'll play this little clip again and turn the feeling round. I sat beside the window just to let the audio run. The city traffic clicked in time like metronomes undone. You asked me in one message, will distance blur our call? I whispered to the glowing screen, it won't, it just grows tall. I pictured you in other homes I never got to see, with playlists I will never hear and jokes not safe for me. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the sting of being past, because the files prove clearly we were bright when we were last. We weren't a cut-off signal, we were a finished show, and finished shows deserve a slot on every radio. So I will keep this ringing out where silence cannot win, and back it up in folders where the oldest loves have been. If someday a future me scrolls lonely through her phone, she'll find our little festival and know she's not alone. Maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept tones. Perhaps on some dark avenue my voice will reach your bones. Then you can keep that ringing hour and set it by your bed, so midnight screens can glow again with words we almost said. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in the line, he'll know we once were music, and music once was mine. And if our names sound distant to ears that life has grown, this archive will translate us to songs we once had known. We didn't lose each other, we only lost the tone. The call dropped in the highway, but the message still was shown. I'll label this recordings and sync it to the cloud, because some kinds of mending walk slower than the crowd. When batteries run low again and evenings turn to gray, I'll charge this little relic up and let our voices play. Lock phone, breathe out, look up, return to where I am. The kitchen needs my footsteps and the echoes on my sleeve, carrying a kinder sound I finally let leave. Goodnight to what we planned for, hello to what God brings. The present holds the silence, the past still softly sings. Central Station late at night, I heard the lockers ring. The metal rose like memory, each number keeping spring. I had a code from long ago you texted me to say, and somehow after all these years the door still softly gave. Inside there was a canvas bag with ticket stubs and notes. Your scarf still held the quiet smell of winter on our coats. I laughed because the platform lights turned warmer as I stared, as if the trains remembered too the days when we were paired. The loudspeakers were calling names, the schedule rolled in blue, and every page said gently, once this platform carried you. So I will keep this station now where rushing cannot steal, and pack it with the tiny proofs that said our time was real. If someday a braver me runs past and feels no past, she'll open up this numbered door and get her heartbeat back. I sat upon the wooden bench to read what you had left. The echo of the closing doors made every word more deaf. You asked me in a scribbled line, will distance break the track? I whispered to the empty rails, it only wins us back. I pictured you on other trains I never got to ride, with passengers I'll never know, all talking by your side. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the envy of before, because the bag proved clearly we had filled one shining tour. We weren't a trip unfinished, we were a journey done, and journeys that we're honest still deserve a setting sun. So I will keep this station now where rushing cannot steal, and store it with the city maps that show what love made real. If someday a future me feels lost between two towns, she'll open up this locker key to lift her spirit down. So maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept fares. Perhaps on some late platform night my face will meet your ears. Then you can keep that station hour and set it by your door, so evening trains can shine again like when we rode before. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in the wheels, he'll know we once were travelers, and travel sometimes heals. And if our names sound foreign to years that decades raised, this numbered box will translate us to our departing days. We didn't lose each other, we only lost the track. The train went on to morning, but the this handle down and let our film rewind. Lock door, breathe out, walk home, return to where I stay. The streets beyond the depot still need my present day. I'll move into the city with tickets on my sleeve, carrying a kinder trip I finally let leave. Good night to what we boarded, hello to what we miss. The present runs on daylight, the past blows one last kiss. To warm a rainy day. 3, a novel with a missing card was hiding you away. 4, the checkout stamp said years ago, before our roads had split. 5, and there beside the author's note, your little name still fits. You underlined a passage saying love can learn to wait. 7, you penciled, let us meet again. Beside the borrowed date, I smile because the papers smell like afternoons with you. 9, when coffee steamed and windows glowed and futures all felt new. The hallway light turned amber, the rain tapped on the glass. 11, and every folded margin said our season didn't pass. So I will keep this reading out where busy ears can reach. Plenty of it with the stories that our younger hearts can teach. If someday a braver me feels foreign to her youth, 15, she'll open to this chapter and remember a simple truth. I sat between the history and travel on the right. 17, the librarian moved like water, keeping everything in sight. 18, you ask me in the margin, will miles erase our tone? 19, I whisper to the softened page, they only ripen home. 20, I pictured you in cities where the trams hum through the rain. 21, with readers I will never know, discussing joy and pain. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the hunger of before. 23, because this book proved clearly we had read love to its core. We weren't a plot unfinished, we were a chapter closed. 25, and chapters that end gently still deserve to be reposed. So I will keep this reading out where busy ears can't reach. 27, hide it near the stories that our younger hearts can teach. 28, if someday a future me walks in from modern rain. 29, she'll find our pencil laughter and feel us breathe again. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept lines. 31, perhaps on some gray Saturday my name between your shines. Then you can keep that reading hour and set it by your bed. 33, so lamplight can illuminate the words we almost said. If someday you're lonelier, you feels winter in his chest. 35, he'll know we once were authors, and authors do their best. And if our names sound distant is for quiet and hand it back with care. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than the air. 42 when autumn rooms feel empty and evenings turn to brown. 43 I'll find this shelf again and let our sentences come down. Soft to 4, close book, breathe out, step home, let present chapters start. 45 the street outside is waiting for my unencumbered heart. 46 I'll walk out through the sliding doors with stories on my sleeve. 47 carrying a gentler past I finally let leave. Good night to what we studied, hello to what we live. 49 instrumental tale, piano strings, 8 seconds. 50 revert decay in library room, fade to warm. I opened up the hallway drawer to find a bit of string. 3 but under folded letters lay a tiny silver ring. 4 beside it sat a spare old key wrapped in a napkin note. 5 and there you said, for when you miss the house where summers rode. You told me homes can travel even when the walls are gone. You added, keep this just in case the days get far too long. I smile because the cedar smell returned me to July 9 when screen doors slammed and laughter ran like swallows in the sky. The corridor was quiet, the present felt on hold. 11 and every folded paper said you still belong to old. So I will keep this hidden key where rushing years can't see. 13 and story with the postcards from the town that raised me free. If someday a braver me feels rootless in her life, 15 she'll find this tiny metal sound and loosen up her strife. I pictured yellow curtains and the ticking kitchen clock. 17 the radio on Sundays and the neighbor's gentle knock. 18 you asked me in the napkin what distance thin our home. 19 I whispered to the drawers dark it follows where we roam. 20 I saw you in apartments that I never got to see. We weren't a house deserted, we were a chapter lived. We weren't a house deserted, we were a chapter lived. 25 and chapters lived completely still deserve to be forgiven. So I will keep this hidden key where rushing years can't see. 27 and hide it with the photographs of small town you and me. If someday a future me feels lost in metal streets. 29 she'll hear this key ring softly and remember summer seas. 30 maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept doors. 31 perhaps on some warm evening breeze my name drifts to your floor. Then you can keep that hidden key and set it by your bed. 33 so dreams can walk through childhood rooms and hear the things we said. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in the night. 35 you'll know we once had porches and porch light still is light. And if our names sound distant to ears that cities grow, for homeward and slide it back in place. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than our pace. When winter days feel foreign and evenings turn to gray. 43, I'll open up this drawer again and let the past obey. Soft boy for closed drawer, breathe out, step on, let current living start. 45, the rooms ahead are waiting for my newly settled heart. 46, I'll walk along the hallway with childhood on my sleeve. 47, carry in a gentler house I finally let leave. Good night to what we slept in, hello to where we stand. 49, instrumental tail piano while I flute. 8 seconds. 50, revert decay in small room. Fade to warm. I found a dusty cardboard box behind the TV stand. 3, an answering machine from days when calls were warm and planned. I plugged it in and waited till the red light chose to blink. 5, and there your voice from yesteryear said, call me back and think. You joked about the movie night, you laughed about the rain. You said, I know we're both too young, but call me back again. I smiled because the speakers made you closer than before. 9, and suddenly the living room became our hallway door. The present day fell silent. The tape began to roll. 11, and every little message said, we never really stole. So I will keep this ringing box where modern noise can't drown. 13, and store it with the letters from our small but shining town. If someday a braver me forgets how laughter rang. 15, she'll press the screenplay button and hear where echoes hang. I sat there on the carpet while your younger self spoke on. 17, my shadow on the TV screen, the daylight almost gone. 18, you asked me in one message, will distance break our line? 19, I whispered to the tangled chords, it only makes it mine. 20, I pictured you in offices I never walked inside. 21, with coworkers I will not meet, still talking at your side. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the sting of slipping years. 23, because this tape proved clearly we once sang without our fears. We weren't a call unfinished, we were a broadcast done. 25, and broadcasts worth remembering still deserve the sun. So I will keep this ringing box where modern noise can't drown. 27, hide it with the snapshots from when love first came to town. 28, if someday a future me feels lonely in her room. 29, she'll press and hear your younger self cut through the current gloom. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept tapes. 31, perhaps on some slow Sunday noon, my name through static shapes. Then you can keep the ringing box and set it by your chair. 33, so evening lamps can listen into what we almost shared. If someday a lonelier you hear is winter in the wire. 35, he'll know we once avoided 47, this little tape will translate us to how we first were born. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the tone. 39, the day moved on to streaming, but the message stayed at home. 40, I'll label this for calling and put it on the shelf. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than myself. 42, when shorter days feel heavy and evenings turn to blue. 43, I'll take this box and let it speak our 1992 sob. Or 4, power off, breathe out, stand up, let present rhythm start. 45, the hallway lights are waiting for my here and now heart. 46, I'll walk into the kitchen with playback on my sleeve. 47, carrying a kinder sound I finally let leave. Good night to what we phoned in, hello to what we do. 49, instrumental tail, piano, brush kit, 8 seconds. 50, revert to K, tape hiss, fade to dim. I cleaned a box of old receipts and found a folded strip. 3, 4 pictures from a week in town when we were on that trip. Your head was leaning into me, our smiles were almost wild. 5, we tried a serious pose, but then you laughed like any child. You wrote upon the back, for days we might forget. 7, you underlined the town and year so memory wouldn't set. I grinned because the colors stayed, though time had dulled the day. 9, and suddenly the present mall felt only steps away. The sunlight through the curtains put stripes across my floor. 11, and every tiny image said we're here like once before. So I will keep this picture strip where heavy years can't press. 37, in Iowa with the token coins from youthful foolishness. If someday a braver me feels older than her face. 15, she'll look at these 4 frames and fall back into place. I pulled a sleepy suitcase from the shadow under bed. 3, the zipper sighed like it was glad to see a living head. Inside were summer t-shirts from a coastline we once knew. 5, and tucked between the fabrics was a postcard signed by you. You wrote about the Ferris wheel and how the sea was warm. 7, you said if life gets colder, keep this letter from the storm. I smile because the cotton smelled like August in your hair. 9, like sunset on a balcony when salt was in the air. The morning light slid underneath and painted things in gold. 11, and every folded garment said our story isn't old. So I will keep this travel day where busy ears can't see. 13, and pack it with the photographs of who we used to be. If someday a braver me feels lost in seaside views. I sat beside the mattress just to let the moment stay. 17, the ceiling fan kept ticking like the waves across the bay. 18, you asked me in the postcard, will distance sink our boat? 19, I whispered to the cotton pile, it only keeps us afloat. 20, I pictured you on beaches that I never walked along. 21, with voices I won't ever hear, still humming summer song. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of being late. 23, because this bag proved clearly we once loved in warmer state. We weren't a trip unfinished, we were a journey done. 25, and journeys that end sweetly still deserve a little sun. So I will keep this travel day where busy ears can't see. 27, a stash with the boarding stubs from youthful sandy me. If someday a future me feels winter in July. 29, she'll find this salt and postcard and let time's water dry. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept shells. 31, perhaps on some soft evening breeze my name inside you swells. Then you can keep that travel day and set it by your door. 33, so every time you pack again we'll walk that pier once more. If someday a lonelier you hears coldness in the tide. 35, he'll know we once were sunlit, and sunlit still can hide. And if our names sound distant to ears, the decades grow. 30, said in this underbed small suitcase will translate how we'd glow. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the shore. 39, the present moved to city, but the sea lives in this drawer. 40, I'll label this for summer and slide it back to rest. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than the chest. 42, and frosty roofs lean over and evenings turn to blue. 43, I'll pull this case again and let our harbor through. Soft toe, close it, breathe out, stand up, let current weather start. 45, the street outside is waiting for my newer, wider heart. 46, I'll walk across the hallway with shoreline on my sleeve. 47, carrying a warmer past I finally let leave. Goodnight to what we travel, hello to what we build. 49, instrumental till piano plus strings, 8 seconds, 50, revert decay. Bedroom tone, fade to mine. Computer fan, soft keyboard clicks, 4 bars I opened up my old email from a laptop stored away. 3, the inbox was a history of every busy day. But deeper in the menu sat a folder marked not spent. You typed, I almost called you, but I feared you at your life. You typed, if you remember me, I hope there's little strife. I the timestamp set a spring I still recall. Night when cherry trees were whispering along the campus wall. The screen light filled the dark room. The present became slow. 11 and every half-done letter said we didn't fully go. So I will keep this digital where rushing years can't pry. Third and save it with the passwords that our younger hands could tie. If someday a braver me feels distant from her core, through gentle paragraphs you never chose to send. 17, you thanked me for a winter walk. You signed it, your old friend. 18, you asked me in one draft line, will distance mute our names? 19, I whispered to the monitor, it only cools the flames. 20, I pictured you in offices I never got to know. 21, with teams I won't have coffee with cities I won't go. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the sting of almost said. 23, because these drafts prove clearly we once wrote what love had bred. We weren't a mail unfinished, we were a thought delayed. 25, and thoughts that rest politely still deserve to be displayed. So I will keep this digital where rushing years can't pry. 27, hide it with the photo files where our two shadows lie. Ooh, 28, if someday a future me feels flat in modern light. 29, she'll open this old drafts folder and taste that almost night. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept mines. 31, perhaps on some slow office new, my mail inside you shines. Then you can keep that digital dawn and mark it do not send. 33, so you can read us quietly when work days never end. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in the keys. 35, he'll know we once were typing, and typing still can please. And if our names sound distant to ears, blue screens have grown. 30, send this unsent folder translates us to what we once had shown. We didn't lose each other, we only lost reply. 39, the timeline moved to present, but the message didn't die. 40, I'll label this for rainy and close the laptop lid. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than we did. 42, when deadlines crowd the window and evenings turn to gray. 43, I'll boot this memory drive again and let our letters play. 44, log off, breathe out, stand up, let current schedule start. 45, the kitchen needs my footsteps and the now requires heart. 46, I'll walk back through the hallway with inbox on my sleeve. 47, carrying an unsent love I finally let leave. Good night to what we almost, hello to what is real. 49, instrumental tail, piano, light pad. 8 seconds, 50, reverb decay. Faint fan noise, fade to teal. box of wristbands from the shows we used to chase. 3 they smelled of cologne, summer sweat and downtown parking space. Or each plastic tag was dated from a year that felt on fire. 5 and 1 was marked with your initials, blue permanent desire. 6 you wrote, if baselines fade away, keep this to hold the night. 7 you added, music is a way to make old stories bright. I smile because the colors glow like stage lights in my hand. 9 and suddenly my silent room became that crowded stand. The evening hung around me, the present lost its weight. 11 and every number wristband said we danced before too late. So I will keep this concert dusk where age and years can steal. 13 story with the ticket stubs that proved our joy was real. If someday a braver me feels tired of grown-up sound, 15 she'll open up this music box and hear the night rebound. 16 I sat down by the window while the city hummed below. 17 imagining the opening act, the pulsing silver glow. 18 you asked me on one scribble, will distance drop our beat? 19 I whispered to the bracelets, it only makes it sweet. 20 I pictured you at venues that I never got to see. 21 with crowds I won't be pressed against, still shouting wild and free. 22 but strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of missing shows. 23 because this box proved clearly we once bloomed where rhythm grows. We weren't a gig unfinished, we were a set well played. 35 and says that hit the hard ones still deserve to be replayed. So I will keep this concert dusk where aging years can't steal. 27 and hide it with the faded shirts that smelled of bass and zeal. If someday a future me feels quiet Friday nights, 29 she'll open up this carton and call back neon lights. 30 maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept bands. 31 perhaps on some bar bathroom break my name runs through your hands. Then you can keep that concert dusk and pin it by your wall. 33 so weak and lamps can pulse again like when we heard that call. If someday a lonelier year is winter in the drum, 35 he'll know we once were thunder, and thunder still can come. And if our names sound distant to ears, the decades ring. 37 this wristband box will translate us to how we used to sing. 38 we didn't lose each other, we only lost the crowd. 39 the stage moved on to present, but the echo's still loud. 40 I'll label this for weekends and slide it back in place. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than the bass. 42 when Saturdays feel hollow and evenings turn to gray. 43 I'll take this box and let our teenage volume play. It's fourth at 4 close lid, breathe out, stand up, let weekday silence start. 45 the living room is waiting for my ordinary heart. 46 I walk into the kitchen with rhythm on my sleeve. 47 carrying a louder past I finally let leave. 48 good night to what we shouted, hello to what we hear. 49 instrumental piano plus soft times 8 seconds. 50 reverb decay, distant crowd noise fade to clear. I found a labeled DVD inside a plastic case. 3 happy 23rd you wrote with stars around my name and face. I slid it in the player, though the screen was old and slow. 5 and there you were in living color from a dozen years ago. You sang off key on purpose just to make the room explode. 7 you said if future days feel hard, just play this silly ode. 8 I smiled because the camera shook from everyone who laughed. 9 and suddenly my quiet flat felt joyfully restaffed. 10 the modern day fell backward, the pixels warmed the night. 11 and every birthday minute said you once were held so bright. So I will keep this birthday hour where heavy years can't wait. 13 and store it with the candles that we blew but couldn't stay. If someday a braver me feels older than her cheer, 15 she'll play this grainy footage and pull the past to here. 16 I sat there on the carpet while the younger guests all spoke. 17 someone dropped a plastic cup, another told a joke. 18 you asked me in the video, will distance dim this grin? 19 I whispered to the glowing screen, it only shines within. 20 I pictured you in cities where new parties filled your years. 21 with people I will never meet, still singing you to tears. 22 but strangely I felt peaceful, not the envy birthdays bring. 23 because this disproved clearly we once danced in perfect ring. We weren't a toast unfinished, we were a circle done. 25 and circles made with laughter still deserve another sun. So I will keep this birthday hour where heavy years can't wait. 20 even and hide it with the ribbon scraps from long forgotten May. If someday a future me feels gray on her own day, 29 she'll spin this silver mirror and let old music play. 30 maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept clips. 31 perhaps on some slow winter noon my name comes through your lips. Then you can keep that birthday hour and set it by your screen. 33 so quiet homes can burst again with what we once had seen. If someday a lonelier year's winter in applause, 35 he'll know we once were toasted and love still knows the cause. And if our names sound distant, 2 years the decade's tune. 37 this shiny disc will translate us to that forgiving June. 38 we didn't lose each other, we only lost the room. 39 the party moved to present, but the cheers outlived the bloom. 40 I'll label this for birthdays and slide it on the shelf. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than myself. 42 when calendar squares feel empty and and evenings turn to mild. 43, I'll play this scene and let it sing. You once were someone's child. Softy for power off, breathe out, stand up, let current ages run. 45, the hallway holds tomorrow, and the lamp holds setting sun. 46, I walk back to the present with ribbons on my sleeve. 47, carrying a brighter day, I finally let leave. 48, good night to what we celebrated, hello to what we do. 49, instrumental tail, piano plus strings, 8 seconds. 50, we've heard decay, room neutral, fade to blue. John opened up a flower tin I left above the sink. 3 inside a folded recipe was hiding like a plank. You written winter gingerbread for days you're feeling low. 5, you added bake this when the word forgets the way to close. Saying writing was looping like you danced across the page. 7, you joked if distance spoils the milk just at a little age. I smiled because the sugar smell turned January warm. 9, like Sundays in a tiny house when love was just the norm. 10, the tiled floor caught the sunlight. The clock was ticking slow. 11, and every sin and memory said we're nearer than you know. So I will keep this kitchen hour where hurried days can't bite. 13, and store it with the tablecloths from when our meals felt bright. If someday a braver me feels hungry for before 15, she'll find this flower, let her know, and taste that year once more. 16, I laid the card beside me and I stirred the pot for tea. 17, the steam rose up like blessings from the times you cooked for me. 18, you asked me in the margin, will distance cool our bread? 19, I whispered to the stove's red glow, it warms us up instead. 20, I pictured you in kitchens that I never got to see. 21, with aprons I won't ever wear, with guests not served by me. 22, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of eating alone. 23, because this card proved clearly we once called one table home. We weren't a meal unfinished, we were a course well done. 25, and meals that fed us kindly still deserve another sun. So I will keep this kitchen hour where hurried days can't bite. 27, and fold it with the napkins from our slow December night. If someday a future me feels starved of gentle care, 29, she'll pull this note and hear your voice say I was cooking there. Lady, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept spice. 31, perhaps on some gray afternoon my name will smell as nice. Then you can keep that kitchen hour and pin it near your stove. 33, so supper-like can pull us back to when we moved in love. If someday a lonely eye you hears winter in the pen, 35, he'll know we once made dinners and shared them while we can. And if our names sound distant, 2 years, the decades fill. 37, this flower tin will translate us to how we're cooking still. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the feast. 39, 40, I'll label this for colder and tuck it back above 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than I love. 42, and long weeks taste like nothing and evenings turn to gray. 43, I'll reach again for flower tins and let our Sundays stay. Swap our close lid, breathe out, step back like currents up and start. 45, the living room is waiting for my here and now heart. 46, I'll walk across the kitchen with warm notes on my sleeve. 45, and carrying a gentle meal I finally let leave. Good night to what we simmered, hello to what we make. 49, instrumental piano, lost soft strings, 8 seconds. How it's sickened, tippy revert decay. Kitchen ambience, fade to cream. Wall clock, tick, paper, rustle, 4 bars. I pulled an old wall calendar from behind the cupboard door. 3, the year was long behind us, but the ink asked me for more. You'd circle days in red and blue with notes like meet at 8. 5, and next to March, the tiny words, don't let this evening wait. You pencil, call me April 1st with arrows to my name. 7, you wrote, if future feels too loud, we'll pick this day the same. I smile because the months return like stepping into spring. 9, when everything was certain and our hours used to sing. The hallway felt like April, the winter on the street. 11, and every circle promise said our time was once complete. So I will keep this dated hour where modern rush can't tear. 13, and hanging with the postcards from the years we used to share. If someday a braver me can't find her proper day, if someday a braver me can't find her proper day. 15, she'll read these little circles and know the gentle way. 16, I sat down by the window while the calendar lay wide. 17, the sun made shadows through the months like rivers on a tide. 18, you asked me in one corner, will distance clear our page. 19, I whispered to the numbered squares, it ripens us with ages. 20, I pictured you in schedules that I never got to hold. 21, meetings I won't check off in tall glass rooms of gold, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the loss of missing dates. 23, because the sheet proved clearly we once chose each other's gates. We were to plan unfinished, we were a season through. 25, and seasons live completely still deserve another view. So I will keep this dated hour where modern rush can't tear. 27, and folded with the letters that said I will be there someday. A future me feels lost in endless time. She'll find this day a future me feels lost in endless time. 29, she'll find this year and follow it to when our bells are chime. Then baby you kept nothing, or maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept years. 31, perhaps on some slow Sunday, mourn my month and you appears. Then you can keep the dated hour and pin it to your wall. 33, so waking up can feel again like waiting for my call. 34, if someday a lonelier year's winter in the day. And if I may sound distant, 2 years the decades run. They're set and the circled paper translates us to how we planned our sun. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost a month. 39, label this for timing and slide it in the drawer. 41, because some kinds of men they walk slower than before. 42, when weekdays feel mechanic and the evenings turn to plane. I'll open up this calendar and let our dates explain. Soft I fold page, breathe out, step on, let current hours rise. For the staircase hold tomorrow and the night holds quiet skies. 46, I'll walk back to the hallway with old time on my sleeve. 47, carrying a steady year I finally let leave. Good night to what we circled, hello to what we do. 49, instrumental, tail my strings, 8 seconds, 50, we decay, ticking clock, fade to blue. I found a burnt white CDR inside a fabric case. 3 a marker you had written for when life forgets my face. I put it in the player, though it's almost out of style. 5 and suddenly your 20s voice was singing for a mile. 6 said between the track names if we drift to other towns. 7 just play this when the room is still and winter fog surrounds. I smiled because the first song was the one we used to hum. 9 on subway seats and parking lots and sidewalks going home. The speakers made the daylight curve softly around the room. 11, every love I pour is said we came here just to bloom. So I will keep this music out where newer noise can rule. 13 in story with the lyric sheets from when we both felt cool. If someday a braver me forgets my singing friend, 15 she'll play the stated playlist and let the ache unbend. Ooh. 16 I lay back on the sofa while the second track came in. 17 a jangly guitar that's tone a simple teenage grin. 18 you asked me in the outro, will distance mute this song? 19 I whispered to the ceiling light, it only makes it long. 20 I pictured you in concerts that I never got to see. 21 with headphones I will never wear, still pumping you and me. 22 but strangely I felt peaceful, not the grief of age and sound. 23 cause this does prove clearly we were melody once found. We weren't a mixtape halted, we were a setlist played. 25 and setlists worth remembering, still deserve to be replayed. So I will keep this music out where newer noise can rule. 27 and hide it with the ticket stubs from when we skipped old school. 28 someday a future me feels flat in streaming years. 29 she'll spin this little circle and wash in teenage cheers. Maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept tracks. 31 perhaps on some late laundry night my voice comes climbing back. For the kitten you can keep that music hour and set it by your bed. 33 so midnight rooms can dance again to what we almost said. 34 if someday you'll only hear your ears winter in his chest. 35 you'll know we once were rhythm, and rhythm still can rest it. And if our names sound distant to years that earbuds trade, cursive in this humble CD translates us to how we sang in rain. 30 we didn't lose each other, we only lost the tech. 39 the world moved on to wireless, but love stayed in this deck. 40 I'll label this for missing and put it in the line. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than design. 42 when playlists feel too perfect and evenings turn to gray. 43 I'll play the scratchy circle and let our hearts replay. Softest breathe out, stand up, let current music start. 45 the day ahead is waiting for my newly tuned heart. 46 I'll walk into the hallway with chorus on my sleeve. 47 carrying a brighter song I finally let leave. 48 goodnight to what we burned there, hello to what we streamed. 49 instrumental tail piano, less like guitar. 8 seconds, fibbing reverb decay. Player hum, fade to cream. lifted up the piano bench to find a metronome. 3, but under folded music sheets, your letter slept at home. 4, you'd written, practice this for me when evenings feel too long. 5, you added, every scale you play will turn into our song. Your ink was slightly smudged, like you had closed it while it dried. 7, you wrote, if future years get loud, just come and sit and hide. I smiled because the ivory keys looked softer than before. 9, like they remembered every time you laughed outside my door. The sunlight through the curtain fell gentle on the wood. 11, in every chord progression said we stayed here while we could. So I will keep this practice out where restless days can't spill. 13, in store with the lullabies from when the house was still. If someday you pray for me, forgets her music part. 15, she'll lift this bench and hear your note conduct the resting heart. 16, I placed the letter on the stand and let my fingers fall. 17, the same old walls we used to share came wandering through the hall. 18, you asked me in the margin, will distance warp our two? 19, I whispered to the quiet room, it deepens us like June. 20, I pictured you in studios I never stepped inside. 21, with players I will never meet, still listen open-eyed, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of quiet halls. 23, because the snow proved clearly we once owned these 4 walls. We weren't a song unfinished, we were a piece complete. 25, in pieces that end softly still deserve a gentle seed. So I will keep this practice out where restless days can't spill. 27, and hide it with the metronomes that mark our patient will. 28, if someday a future me feels voiceless in her day. 29, she'll lift this bench and read your words and let the piano say. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept scores. 31, perhaps on some blue evening when my theme will brush your doors. Then you can keep that practice hour and set it by your keys. 33, so twilight rooms can hear again the love in minor breeze. 34, if someday a lonelier you hears winter in the strings. 35, he'll know we once were music, and music always clings. And if our names sound distant, tears the decades teach. 30 said, and this piano bench will translate us to how we learned to reach. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the show. 39, the stage moved on to present, but the score stayed down below. 40, I'll label this for evening and close the wooden lid. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than we did. When weeknights feel too hollow and evenings turn to pale. 43, I'll open up this bench again and let your measure sail. For evening and close the wooden lid. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than we did. 42, when weeknights feel too hollow and evenings turn to pale. 43, I'll open up this bench again and let your measure sail. hallway room tone, coat hangers famed for bars. True, I open up the hallway box to look for winter wool. 3-bit underfolded scarves, her note was resting kind of full. You wrote for snowy afternoons when the streets are far too still. 5, you had to wrap this round your neck when life forgets its will. Your pen was slightly shaky, like you wrote it on a train. 7, you said, if distance chills your voice, remember me again. I smiled because the cedar smell turned February warm. 9, like walking home beside you in a gentle city storm. The corridor grew softer, the window blurred with white. 11 and every piece of fabric said we kept you in that night. So I will keep this winter out where rushing years can't freeze. 13 and store it with the mittens from our first December eves. If someday a braver me feels colder than she should, 15, she'll find this scarf and hear you say the past was always good. I picture tramp-stop evenings when our breath was silver air. 17, the cafe glass all glowing and your laughter everywhere. 18, you asked me in the margin, will distance numb our skin? 19, I whisper to the woven threads, it warms us from within. 20, I saw you in a northern town I never got to see. 21, with snowfalls I won't walk beneath, with friends not shared with me. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of missing heat. 23, because this box proved clearly we once walked on Winter Street. We weren't a night unfinished, we were a frost well spent. 25, and nights that hold us kindly still deserve to be resent. So I will keep this winter out where rushing years can't freeze. 27, folded with the ticket stubs from snowy matinees. If someday a future me feels wind in modern days, 29, she'll wrap this round her present neck and step through newer haze. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept gloves. 31, perhaps on some white evening, walk my name drips through your love. Then you can keep that winter hour and hang it by your door. 33, so every time the season turns we'll meet like once before. If someday a lonely ear you hears winter in his chest, 35, he'll know we once were warmer, and warmer love is best. And if our names sound distant to years the decades know, 37, this hallway box will translate us to how we used to glow. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost a storm. 39, the present street is salted, but this scarf keeps us warm. 40, I'll label this for snowfall and slide it back in place. 40, wind, because some kinds of mending walk slower than our pace. When evenings bite too sharply and windows turn to frost, 43, I'll open up this box again and feel what isn't lost. Softly close lid, breathe out, step on, let current weather start. 45, the living room is calling for my here and now heart. For 6, I'll walk across the carpet with winter on my sleeve. 47, carrying a softer cold I finally let leave. Goodnight to what we bundle. Hello to what we wear. 49 instrumental tail piano plus strings, 8 seconds. 50 revert decay, holly and ants fade to clear. Notebook in a box of college things. 3, the cover bent, the spine half torn, but full of younger springs. Between the notes on history, your writing cut right through. 5, a sideways joke, a little heart, a question just for 2. You wrote this lecture's boring, let's get ramen after 10. 7, you added, if we drift apart, please read this line again. 8, I smiled because the campus lawn came rushing to my mind. 9, like afternoons on stone steps when our years were still aligned. The present room felt quiet, the paper smelled of June. 11, and every doodled margin said we left here far too soon. So I will keep the study hour, working years can't crush. 13, a story with the student cards from when we didn't rush. If someday a braver me feels old and office life, 15, she'll read these silly scribbles and fall back to 16, I turned a dozen pages and your comments danced along. 17, this prof talks way too slowly, then a lyric from a song. 18, you asked me near midterms week, will distance fail our tests? 19, I whispered to the notebook lines, it only makes us rest. 20, I pictured you in grad school halls I never walked beside. 21, with classmates I won't joke with books I won't have tried. 22, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the loss of passing grades. 23, because it's pad proof, clearly we once shone in student shades. We weren't a course unfinished, we were a term complete. 25, and terms that end with laughter still deserve a second seat. So I will keep the study hour where working years can't crush. 27, and hide it with the campus maps from when we took the bus. 28, if someday a future me feels far from who she was. 29, she'll read this joke and realize the soul is still because. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept notes. 31, perhaps on some alumni day my name through memory floats. Then you can keep the study hour and set it by your desk. 33, so deadlines can remember us in quite a different desk. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in his mind. 35, he'll know we once were campus, and campus stays in kind. And if our names sound distant to ears the decade teach. 37, this college pad will translate us to how we used to reach. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the quad. 39, the present whole is taller, but the roots stay in the song. 40, I'll label this for school days and set it on the shelf. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than myself. 42 and meetings feel too formal and evenings turn to plain. 40 I'll open up this notebook and let September rain. Soft cold, close book, breathe out, stand up, let current studies in. 45 the hallway holds tomorrow and the inbox needs a send. 46 I'll walk back to the present with campus on my sleeve. 47 carrying a younger brain I finally let leave. Good night to what we highlighted, hello to what we know. 49 instrumental till piano plus like guitar 8 seconds. 50 reverb decay, classroom air fade too low. I opened up the glove box just to find an extra pen, 3. But out slid our old road map from when we traveled then. Your circles mark the coastal routes, your arrows hug the bay. 5-year road if future feels too straight, take this old curving way. You added I will meet you where the highway meets the pine. You joked if we get lost again at least you once were mine. I smiled because the paper smelled like gasoline and sunlight, like windows down, like singing loud, like August nearly done. The parking lot felt quieter, the dashboard caught the light. 11 and every folded junction said we drove there once at night. So I will keep this driving outward where crowded days can't stall. 13 and store it with the toll receipts from when we gave it all. 14, someday a braver me feels stuck in city lines. 15, she'll spread this map and wander through our handwritten designs. 16, I traced the route to seaside towns we promised we would see. 17, the motels with the neon signs, the diners by the sea. 18, you asked me in the margin, will distance bend our road? 19, I whispered to the steering wheel, it only shifts the load. 20, I pictured you on highways that I never got to drive. 21, with passengers I don't know yet, still happy, still alive. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the pinch of missed on miles. 23, because this map proved clearly we once shared those reckless smiles. We weren't a trip unfinished, we were a leg well run. 25 and legs that felt like freedom still deserve a round of sun. So I will keep this driving outward where crowded days can't stall. 27 and hide it with the playlist that once shook our little car. 28, if someday a future me sits idling in her doubt. 29, she'll open up this glove box and let younger routes spill out. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept maps. 31, perhaps on some long highway stretch my name through memory tabs. Then you can keep that driving hour and tuck it by your dash. 33, so midnight roads can glow again when city street lights flash. 34, someday a lonelier you hear's winter in the ride. 35, he'll know we once were motion, and motion stays inside. And if our names sound distant to ears, the decades steer. 37, this glove box map will translate us to how we traveled here. 38, we didn't lose detours and fold it back with care. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than the air. When weekdays feel too straightened and the evenings turn to gray. 43, I'll open up this road again and let us drive away. Soft roof, wear clothes, box, breathe out, drive on, let current errands flow. 45, the market and the mailbox and the life below still glow. 46, I'll roll into the present with road dust on my sleeve. 40 men carrying a free ride, I'll finally let it leave. 48, goodnight to what we mapped out, hello to what we steer. 49, instrumental tail, piano, brush kit, 8 seconds. 50, reverb, decay, distant cars fade to clear. I open my old nightstand where the quiet notebooks sleep. 3, a journal with a ribbon held the things I meant to keep. 4, between the little prayers for work and health and rain. 5, a page was set aside for you to ease a certain pain. 6, I'd written, keep them joyful. On a year we said goodbye. 7, I added, if we never meet, Lord, hold them when they cry. I smile because the ink had bled like tears inside the page. 9, but still the letters stood there whole, unbroken by the age. The bedside lamp was golden, the window night was still. 11, and every whispered entry said we loved beyond our will. So I will keep this midnight hour where waking days can't pry. 13, in story with the folding notes from when we used to try. If someday a braver me feels far from what is true, 15, she'll read this tender journal and remember wanting you. I'd turn a dozen evenings where I'd written, make them rest. 17, remind them they are precious, put calm inside their chest. 18, I asked there in one entry, will distance dry this care? 19, I whispered to the silent room, it deepens every prayer. 20, I pictured you in bedroom light I never got to see. 21, with worries I won't carry, nights not shared with me. 22, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the sting of lonely beds. 24, we weren't a wish unfinished, we were a hope made whole. 25, in hopes that rising secrets still deserve a present role. So I will keep this midnight hour where waking days can't pry. 20, and hide it with the candle steps from prayers that met the sky. If someday a future me feels faithless in her storm, 29, she'll open to this page and find your name still warm. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept songs. 31, perhaps on some dim evening when my name will ride your palms, then you can keep that midnight hour and place it by your bed. 33, so sleepless times can breathe again, the words we almost said. If someday a lonelier hears winter in your prayer, 35, you'll know we once were kneeling and someone heard us there. And if our names sound distant, 2 years, a decade's been. forsaken. This bedside book will translate us to how we prayed as friends. We didn't lose each other, we only lost the room. Ferdinand, the present night is different, but the blessings still can bloom. And slide it back in drawer 40 win because some kinds of mending walk slower than before. 42 when days feel out and faith feels thin and evenings turn to blue. 43 I'll take this book and read again. Be gentle, Lord, to you. Softer, close book, breathe out, lie down, let current slumber start. 45 tomorrow waits in hallway and it needs a rested heart. Or sick, I'll sleep inside the present with old prayers on my sleeve. 47 carrying a deeper love I finally let leave. Good night to what we asked for, hello to what is done. 49 strum tail piano plus strings, 8 seconds, 50 rebirth decay. Bedroom night, fade to none. Two, I found a cream white envelope behind my closet rail. 3, the studio name in faded ink, a date that told the tale. 4, inside were instant photographs from one bright autumn day. 5, your scarf too long, my hair too short, the river green and gray. She wrote upon the corner for when colors start to thin. 7, you added, open this again and let that sunlight in. I smiled because the chemistry had held us strong and near. 9, like cameras do when memory begins to disappear. 10, the bedroom filled with amber, the present slowed its flight. 11, and every glossy image said we once were framed in light. So I will keep this photo while we're rushing, years can't fade. 13, a story with the picture frames our younger hands once made. If someday a braver me feels pale and modern air, 15, she'll lift the studio envelope and find us laughing there. 16, I lay them on the blanket so the daylight kissed each face. 17, your eyes were full of mischief, mine of newly borrowed grace. 18, you asked me in a sticky note, will distance strain our hue? 19, I whispered to the glossy shine, it deepens every blue. 20, I pictured you in portraits that I never got to see. 21, with lenses I won't ever hold still, telling you to be. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of missing shoots. 23, because these prints prove clearly we once rooted tender roots. We weren't a roll unfinished, we were a session done. 25, and sessions full of shouting still deserve a later sun. So I will keep this photo while we're rushing, years can't fade. 27, and hide it with the negatives from which our autumn perhaps on some spring cleaning day, my smile through dust will glint. Then you can keep that photo hour and pin it by your bed. 30 free so morning light can recognize the words we almost said. If someday a lonely area hears winter in the frame, 35 he'll know we once were vivid, and vivid stays the same. And if our names sound distant to us, the decade phrase 37, the studio pack will translate us to how we caught those days. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the shoot. 39, the present wears new outfits, but this look stays absolute. 40, I'll label this for color and tuck it out of sun. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than a run. 42, when weekday skies look metal and evenings turn to white. 43, I'll open up these autumn shots and let them pour back light. Soft before close, flat, breathe out, step on, let present pictures start. 45, the hallway holds new faces for my here and now heart. 46, I'll walk into the daylight with eyes on sleeve. 47, carrying a brighter past, I finally live free. Needle crackle room, hum for bars. I pull the worn-out record from a crate beside the chair. 3, the vinyl sleeve, it scribbles like you once been sitting there. You'd written, found this downtown shop, thought you would like this tune. 5, you had it play on rainy nights, especially in June. Your cursive leaned toward laughter like you rushed before the train. 7, you said if years get loud and sharp, this will remain the same. 8, I smiled because the cardboard smelled the basement's dust and time. 9, like afternoons of crate digging when music felt like climb. The stylus dropped so softly, the present dimmed its glow. 11, and every vinyl scratch said we were a groove, you know. So I will keep this record hour where streaming years can't rule. 13, in story with the lyric sheets from when we both played cool. If someday a braver me feels flat in modern sound. 15, she'll spin this dusty circle and let old joy resound. 16, I sat upon the carpet while the horn line filled the room. 17, the sunlight on the spinning disc was cutting through the gloom. 18, you asked me in the margin, will distance scratch our song? 19, I whispered to the turntable, it only makes it strong. 20, I pictured you in record bars I never got to go. 21, with DJs I won't ever meet, still nodding in the glow. 22, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of latest charts. 23, because the sleeve proved clearly we once danced in vintage hearts. 24, we weren't a set unfinished, we were a side complete. 25, insides that end with beauty still deserve a later seat. So I will keep this record hour where streaming years can't rule. 27, and follow with the concert tease from when we broke each rule. If someday 42nd, this second hands are final. We'll translate our whole day. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the shop. 39, the city changes storefronts, but this needle didn't stop. Torty, I'll label this for Sundays and slide it in the stack. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower coming back. 42 and playlists feel too perfect and evenings turn to gray. 43, I'll put this record on again and let the past DJ. Soft four-lift arm, breathe out, stand up, let current music start. 45, the living flat is waiting for my present beat heart. 46, I'll walk into the hallway with old jazz on my sleeve. 40's fed and carrying in a deeper groove, I finally let leave. Good night to what we crate dog, hello to what we stream. 49 instrumental tail piano, sax pad 8 seconds. 50 revert decay, vinyl hiss, fade to cream. I found a small white bundle in a travel souvenir tin. 3 hotel branded stationery tied with golden ribbon thin. 4 you'd written from a business trip in rooms I never saw. 5 the view is nice, but missing you is breaking every law. You added if the future finds us living far apart. 7 keep this to prove I wrote you first, but still in steady heart. I smile because the letterhead smelled faintly of cologne. 9 like elevators softly closed in cities not my own. 10 the present flat felt quiet, the winter street went mute. 11 and every folded letter said we once were absolute. So I will keep this travel nowhere busy years can't tear. 13 and store it with the boarding tags from days we used to share. 14 if someday a braver me feels foreign to her place. 15 she'll read this hotel paper and feel your nameless grace. 16 I picture carpeted hallways and a skyline after rain. 17 the mini bar, the desk lamp glow, the taxi lane of pain. 18 you asked me in the letter, will distance thin our stay? 19 I whispered to the paper grain, it only slows decay. 20 I saw you in conventions that I never got to join. 21 with colleagues I will not applaud, with cities I will not coin. But strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of being missed. 23 because this pad proved clearly we once loved through travel list. We weren't a night unfinished, we were a trip well paid. 25 and trips that held us softly still deserve a later shade. So I will keep this travel nowhere busy years can't tear. 27 and hide it with the taxi bills from nights we met mid-air. 28 if someday a future me feels ruleless in a new room. 29 she'll open this and breathe again, your distant hotel bloom. 30 maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept pens. 31 perhaps on some long boarding line in my my name in thought a ton. Then you can keep that travel note and slide it by your case. 33 so layovers can shine again with one familiar face. 34 if someday you're lonelier, you hears winter in the hall. 35 he'll know we once were waiting, and waiting loved it all. Then if our names sound distant 2 years, the decades roam. Bunny said then this hotel, she will translate us to how we called you home. 38 we didn't lose each other, we only lost the stay. 39 the present books new cities, but this night won't go away. 40 I'll label this for travel and keep it out of sun. 41 because some kinds of mending walk slower than a run. 42 and airports feel too nameless and evenings turn to gray. 43 I'll break this ribbon once again and let that room replay. Soft up for a tie back, breathe out, step on the current journey start. 45 the calendar is waiting for my here and now heart. 46 I'll walk into the present with hotel ink on sleeve. 47 carrying a distant night I finally let leave. 48 goodnight to what we check-in, hello to what we planned. 49 instrumental tail piano plus strings. 8 seconds 50 reverb decay. Lobby hush fade to 10. Two, I grabbed an old trip backpack from the shelf above the door. 3, the canvas scraped like gravel from a hostel keeping floor. 4, inside the front small pocket lay receipts and folded cards. 5 and 1 from you in case someday your travel gets too hard. Get rid and keep adventuring, but don't forget I'll spring you at it. If you miss me, read this note on anything. 8, I smile because the nylon's melting summer on again. I like bus rides through a foreign town with you in heavy rain. The present house felt lighter, the hallway stretched like roads. 11 and every ticket stub said we once shared traveler codes. So I will keep this pocket out where settled days can't. 13 and store it with the passport stamps that made our youth so full. If someday a braver me feels stuck in single place, 15 she'll unzip this small memory and run back into space. 16 I pictured early checkouts and 4 a.m. old trains. 17 the fast goodbyes, the bakery smell, the mountain airport lanes. 18 you asked me in the message, will distance break our map? 19 I whispered to the canvas, it only makes a lap. 20 I saw you in adventures that I never got to try. 21 with strangers I won't bump into beneath the foreign sky. With strangely I felt peaceful, not the ache of missing flight. 23 because this bag proved clearly we once traveled clear and proud. We weren't a trip unfinished, we were a path complete. 25 and passing made us braver, still deserve a backseat. So I will keep this pocket out where settled days can't go. 27 and hide it with the hostel keys from when we all felt full. If someday a future me feels homesick for the road, 29 she'll unzip here and breathe again, our first light travel code. 30 maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept bags. 30 when perhaps on some fall marketplace my name among you lags. then you can keep that pocket hour and hang it by your door. 33, so anytime you pack again, our footsteps line the floor. If someday a lonelier you hears winter in his plans, 35, he'll know we once were wandering, and wandering still stands. And if our names sound distant, tears the decades roam. 37, this little front compartment will translate travel home. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only lost the trail. 39, the present lives in suburbs, but the wind still reads our sail. 40, I'll label this for moving and set it on the rack. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slow, we're coming back. 42, when living rooms feel narrow and evenings turn to gray. 43, I'll take this pack and let our younger miles replay. Soft to forceps, shut, breathe out, step on, let current pathways start. 45, the street below is asking for my here and now heart. 46, I'll walk back to the present with travel on my sleeve. 47, carrying a lighter road I finally let leave. 48, good night to what we backpack, hello to what we own. 49, instrumental piano shaker, 8 seconds. 50, revert decay. Quiet room, fade too long. Two, I brought the biggest wooden trunk down from the attic beams. 3, the one we said we'd fill one day with all our little dreams. 4, inside were every scattered piece the years had let me find. 5, the photos, keys, and ticket stubs we chose to leave behind. Your first small winter postcard lay beside my birthday disc. Heaven and every note said quietly, love took a tender risk. I smiled because the whole room turned to all the rooms we knew. 9, the shoreline station kitchen light, the campus after dew. 10, the present day knelt softly as if it understood. 11, every saved up relic said we kept what good we could. So I will keep this final hour where nothing else can spoil. 13, and seal it like a lantern made from yesterday's warm oil. And if someday a braver me feels empty of her past, 15, she'll open this one time again and drink a love that lasts. 16, I touched the concert wristbands, I smoothed the travel note. At 17, I stacked the Polaroid envelope, the calendar you wrote. 18, I placed the kitchen recipe beside the record sleeve. 19, the Glovebox map, piano bench, each one I couldn't leave. 20, I pictured you in somewhere new, a city full of light. 21, with people kind and present there to fill your every night. 22, but strangely I felt peaceful, not the wound of what can be. 23, because this trunk proved clearly we once loved abundantly. We weren't a tale unfinished, we were a journey wide. 25, and journeys wide and honest still deserve a place to hide. So I will keep this final hour where nothing else can spoil. 27 and bind it with a ribbon, like a pilgrim wraps their soil. If someday a future me forgets why hearts are kind, 29 she'll lift this lid and let our days go rushing through her mind. 30, maybe you kept nothing, or maybe you kept more. 31, perhaps on some gray later year, my name knocks on your door. Then you can keep this final hour and set it near your bed. 33, so midnight doubts can open it and hear what young heart said. If someday a lonelier you hears winter at the gate, 35, you'll know we once were summer, and summer can't wait late. And if our names sound distant to years that time has grown, 37, this time capsule will translate us to how we once were known. 38, we didn't lose each other, we only closed the chest. 39, the present lives downstairs now, but the past still rests the best. 40, I'll label this remember and slide it out of sight. 41, because some kinds of mending walk slower than one night. 42, when future rooms feel weightless and evenings turn to clear. 43, I'll lift this trunk and let us talk like we were always here. Soft eye for close lid, breathe out, step back, let current season start. 45, the staircase down is calling for my forward beating heart. I walk into tomorrow with yesterday on sleep. 47, carrying a finished love I finally let leave. Good night to what we gathered, hello to what will be. 49, instrumental tale, piano plus strings. 12 seconds, 50 long reverb decay. Attic silence fade to memory.